ever been to a spa?
Yes, I've been a few times, but actually I haven't been for a while now, you tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And you?
We've never been together, with. You've never taken me to a spa. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Maybe we can go now.
After leaving the beautiful Caucasus Mountains, we visited two Georgian spa towns, Tskaltubo and Borjomi, which were very different from each other, I would say.
Completely different, yeah. Tskaltubo was completely abandoned in a pretty bad state. Borjomi was much lively. Many tourists around, particularly Arabs and Russians, so very, very different.
Yeah. Which one did you prefer?
Well, Tskaltubo.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Much more fascinating.
It was fun, I would say.
It
Fun to
was
discover.
It
Yeah.
was fun. It's just a bit sad thinking there are people who live there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I do hope that they will at some point restore all those beautiful buildings, but for us it was fun to go around.
It's a weird atmosphere. Very, very
Right.
weird. Yeah.
We've just arrived at our new home. We are in a town close to Kutaisi, and this is the building where our flat is. We are at the 8th floor. Let's go in.
Should get the lift because we are at the 8th floor. Hold the lift.
So they told us we need to use a coin to make the lift work, so we have to pay every time we want to use the lift, basically.
First of all, let's hope the lift comes. There is some noise, so it should be.
Yeah, it's coming. Now we need to be quick because the lift closes quite quickly.
Okay, here we go.
I can hear it.
Okay.
Okay, we're in the
Now
lift.
the coin. Where is it? Is here.
Yeah. Coin is in.
8.
And here we go.
Start.
It's really tiny. Really, really tiny. Feels like we are in a horror movie. used to be the train station. Guess what? It's abandoned too. It has not been working as a train station for decades now, so there is no train coming here anymore.
Sanatoria look empty, but actually some of them are occupied. Why? In the early 90s and after the collapse of the Soviet Union, the region of Abkhazia, that was declared to be under Georgia, started to fight for independence, and eventually they won the war backed by the Russian military. 250,000 Georgians were forced to flee and to leave Abkhazia, and around 12,000 were given shelter in some of those hotels and sanatoria here in Tskaltubo. Some of them still live here after 30 years.
Welcome to Borjomi!
Spa town in Georgia, another one.
Well, this is much more lively than the other one.
Tskaltubo used to be the spa town of, I would say, any Russian
Yeah,
in the past.
in the past.
Borjomi of the elite of Russians.
Yeah, and it's still active as a spa town. So there are still people coming here to get treatment, to be in the luxury hotels. Not us.
Yeah, we haven't seen the luxury hotel inside.
We are here to do some hikes and to see a castle. And yeah, just to walk around the town. It's quite pleasant.
Yeah. And the famous Borjomi water fountain. Ela, are you going to try?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because I saw your face yesterday.
Yeah, my face was like. So yeah, it smells like rotten eggs. It's full of minerals, supposed to be super healthy, but kind of undrinkable. Pretty warmish. So yeah, someone like it. Apparently, these people like it. Not even much.
I think it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. Actually, Borjomi water is the most famous brands in Georgia of bottled spring mineral water. So I came here expecting it had the same taste. Found out it doesn't.
I'm glad we went to the castle in the end.
Ah, the one near Borjomi?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah. I don't know why people are so negative about it.
Yeah, it's personal taste, but maybe I like it as well. And what about Kutaisi?
Oh, I love Kutaisi.
The market.
And the guy who sold us the wine.
Adriano Celentano. How do they know Adriano Celentano?
So better Adriano Celentano than Eros Ramazzotti.
Yeah, I agree. I like Adriano Celentano.
Azzurro, il pomeriggio è troppo azzurro e lungo per me.
Today we are at Rabati Castle, about 30 kilometers from Borjomi. This castle was built in the 9th century. It's a symbol of tolerance and acceptance. Indeed, has been ruled by many different countries, from Hebrews to Armenians to Russians. And in this very large complex, we can see different religions, churches, madrasa, mosques. The castle was pretty abandoned in the 20th century, and it was largely rebuilt about 10 years ago. So today is actually in a very good shape, but effectively there is a heavy hand of restoration being made, which actually led to some critics, but it's actually fun to visit and walk around. Ela, did you like the castle?
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty to see, and I hope that even though we know it's not the original one, I hope at least they've rebuilt it based on the actual original plan.
Yeah, there are not much details or info around
No.
about it.
Maybe it's better, we never know.
Yeah.
Let's pretend it's like the original one.
And actually, apparently super touristic, and during the day there is plenty of people and families around.
But as usual,
Yeah, as we learned.
we beat the crowd. We
Yeah.
came early.
And there was nobody around.
It was lovely, it was
Yeah.
peaceful, it wasn't too hot, so yeah. I really enjoyed my morning here.
Me too.
I'm hungry, let's go for
Yeah,
lunch
let's
now.
go. Let's go for cacciapuri. Ciao. Ladies and gentlemen, Kutaisi. Kutaisi is the third city in Georgia, population-wise, and it's also the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world. It used to be the capital of the Kingdom of Georgia at the beginning of the first millennia. And also in 2012 the parliament was relocated from Tbilisi to Kutaisi. It only lasted 6 years until 2018, when a new government decided to bring the parliament back to Tbilisi. It's actually a lovely city. It's very green, there are lots of parks, it's on a river, there are a few monasteries around.
So she's putting the walnuts in the rope. You see, there is a rope, the colorful wax which is made of grape juice around it. And then you end up with these weird things. That tastes really good.
Stuff, right?
It's sweet, but it's also really good because you get the protein from walnuts and then you get the sugar from the grape juice, so it gives you lots of energy. So it's really good when you go hiking to have them as snacks. that one looks water is a cuchacha, which is a very strong liquor they drink here, in a grappa. And here's the homemade wine.
Sto vino 3, 4.
Litra 4, litra 3 lari.
Ok. Sì, ciaccia. Ciaccia? 3 lari?
Chacha 10 lari litra. 4 litra 5 lari.
Ah, ok, 5. Ok. 5 lari alfa liter of ciaccia.
Where to the?
Ok.
Italiano.
Italiano.
Razu.
Vino italiano.
Italiano.
So red,
Rosso.
Litra 3 lari.
okay,
Ah,
and
li-
this is white.
Litra 4 lari.
Okay,
Litra.
I don't know, we can figure out. I think that's
Yes,
white
This is
wine.
white. Ah, questo è
I
white.
think that's white
sì.
wine.
Sì.
Should we buy some
Shall we try?
homemade Georgian wine and take it with us?
White or red?
White, definitely
You wanna try the
white.
white?
Yeah.
We try it.
Italian English.
Is it good? Good wine? We try. Okay, white wine.
Do you want red?
We go with white. That's all
Italiano.
good. Italiano.
Celentano.
But,
Celentano.
Celentano, Adriano Celentano. Sì.
this, no? This.
A dopo.
Kako ti ga? Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.
Grazie, ciao.
Zabiskeve, here we come. End of the ascent. Now it's blood, and then it's Welcome to la rubrica gastronomica di Ela, where every week I show you some of the traditional foods and drinks of the country we are in. After eating khachapuri, Alessio and I try another staple of the Georgian cuisine, khinkali. Enjoy! Yes, one. So we just ordered two different types of khinkali to try. One is the classical one with beef we had to try, and then a vegetarian one with mushrooms. They're coming, they're coming. They're here.
How do you know?
I can see them. We have classical beef khinkali and mushroom khinkali. Khinkali is the Georgian version of dumplings. Compared to manti, which we tried in Turkey, if you remember, they're much larger. And in most restaurants, you can only order khinkali by 5. So if you want to try different types of khinkali, the minimum number that you can order for each type is 5. What makes khinkali special and different compared to other types of dumplings is that if you try the original ones, the ones with meat, you will find some really rich, warm soup inside. This is because the meat is placed raw inside khinkali, and then khinkali are boiled in water, and as the meat cooks inside each khinkali, it releases juice, which creates this really warm and rich broth. There is a very specific technique to eat khinkali, so you have to be careful. So you grab khinkali at the top like this, and then you want to make sure you don't spill any of the broth which is inside. So you want to first give it a little bite, drink the broth, and then you can eat the meat and the dough. Let's give it a go. My first time eating a khinkali. Oh my god, this is so delicious. There is so much broth inside, it's so tasty. You can really taste the herbs they've put in with the mix. There's some chili, salt, pepper, I'm sure there are other herbs. Really tasty. Let me just finish drinking the broth. Oh my god, that was good. It's the first step done, and there is not a little drop of broth on my plate, so I think I've done well.
Well done.
And now I can eat the meat, which is inside, and the pastry that wraps it. It's really peppery, it's really tasty. I think I'm learning that Georgians really like pepper, which is fine with me, not so much with Alessio.
I'm getting used to it.
Okay, let me eat in peace now. Bye. Something else that you have to remember when you eat khinkali is once you finish eating it, you never eat the bit at the top that you used to hold it. So you just finish eating khinkali. And then you leave the final bit on your plate. I think traditionally this was because they would then count how many bits were in your plate, and they would know how many khinkali you had eaten, and they would charge accordingly.
Thanks for watching. In the next episode, we'll finally visit Georgia's capital city, Tbilisi. Don't miss it!